Alright, so today we're going to be talking about the 45-45-90 triangle. It's called the 45-45-90 triangle because those are the angle measurements in it. Here's our 90, here's our 45, and here's our other 45. Now the 45-45-90 triangle is sort of similar to the 30-60-90 triangle, which I'll have a link here somewhere to view my video on that, but it's slightly different, right? So we know that this triangle is isosceles. How do we know that? Well, the side length across from 45 degrees must be the same length as the side length across from this 45, right? That's like a common triangle rule. So let's just call this side length x and this side length also x because they're equal. Now, we know that the side length across from our 90 is x root 2. And this makes logical sense because x is smaller than x root 2 because this is the same thing as x times root 2, and when you multiply something by a number, it's going to be bigger than the original number, right? But how about if we just, one day we were taking a test and we just couldn't, for the life in us, remember what this value was, right? We could use the Pythagorean Theorem to figure this out. So let's call this A, let's call this B, and let's call this C. Now we know the Pythagorean Theorem is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So let's just plug in x plus x squared, and then we get our, let's call it question mark squared. Now, you can add x squared plus x squared to get 2x squared, and then we would just take the square root of this entire thing, right? The square root of 2x squared equals question mark. Now, here's where you have to simplify a little bit. Let me erase this. You can split these two into square root of 2 times square root of x squared, right? That's a square root rule. It's pretty common, but I mean, if you didn't know it, now you do, right? So, and then we know that the square root of x squared is just x. So, what we end up getting is that x times square root 2 equals question mark. So we figured out our missing value, right? That is our 45-45-90 triangle. Ooh, it's the end screen. Click on one of these links to be directed to that playlist. And don't forget to subscribe!